everybody and welcome back to another video. So I am trying something different now with my channel. I've gone from having long form content to having shorter videos, just focusing on one thing, say a Kit Kat tasting or something like that. And even though it's easier in some ways to organize that, like this is one thing, this is another video, it is more work. And I think that for the YouTube algorithm and for the sake of going forward, I'm now going to be doing one video every Thursday, which will be a food video, so I'll be cooking something, and a cleaning video or organization video, so just around the house. And then on Sundays I will do either a weekend blog, so if I go somewhere interesting, then the vlog might just be about what I did on the weekend, or it might just be a weekly vlog of what I did during the week. So this will be my very first weekly vlog, and I'll be posting it on a Sunday. And yeah, so basically I've got a beanie on because my hair's oily. We're all sick. I was supposed to go get my hair done yesterday at the hairdressers. Me and my son, we're going to go blonde, and we're all sick. My daughter's brought it home from school, I think. I'm not that bad. I am struggling a little bit. I'm a little bit short of breath now that I'm trying to talk, just because I can't breathe through my nose, but I'm okay. I've just been resting a lot. My daughter's been quite sick. My son's been coughing, so they had their Ventolin and asthma medication upped and on their preventers, and just rest and Panadol and Vicks, and what more can you do? So I'm just washing up the spaces. So if you don't know what that is, it's something you take a puffer through to help you to get more of it basically into your lungs, and they need to be washed regularly because obviously you're putting your mouth on them and you're breathing on them, and if you don't do that, you know, they can be a breeding ground for germs. So that's what that looks like, and the Ventolin puffer goes in there, mouth goes in there, press, breathe, and it comes apart like that to wash. So that's washing everyone's spaces up. I've got one each, I have one for each person, and my table's looking a bit messy again, and that table, it's always messy. I'm cleaning it every day. It gets a lot of use, so that's not a bad thing. I just got to grab my son's space around the cupboard. He has a different one. Obviously you can get different styles. One comes apart in 3 pieces. So I'm wearing Ben's Ewok jumper today. I stole it because I haven't done any washing for a couple of days. Slack, I know. So at least the children aren't coughing at night. They're only coughing morning and evening, which is very typical of asthma. And they're not coughing through the night. My daughter was coughing a lot yesterday, but she seems to be better today, so I think she's on the mend. Sometimes, you know, it's just a matter of monitoring. You can't really go to the doctors unless, you know, the person's in distress, because it's hard to get an appointment. And on top of that, what do they say? Increase your puffers, rest, take water, and take Panadol. When you're an asthmatic, you've heard that a million trillion times, and you know what to do, and you just get in and you just do it. And if you start to go downhill, then you go and get prednisone and antibiotics. So at the moment, everyone seems to be on mend, I think, hopefully. Just feeling very dragged out today, and disappointed about my hair. So it's a bit frustrating, but what can you do? My dad was supposed to go and get a hearing checkup, and we gave it to him, and he had to cancel his appointment. So he's probably not very impressed with me at the moment. We tried to stay away because I hung out with my son on the Saturday night. We went to Pride Festival, and we didn't really realise that we were sick. My daughter was coughing a little bit, and thought, maybe it's allergies, or, you know, nothing too bad. And then my 20-year-old lives with his grandparents, and he took it home to them, and he wasn't sick, and then he just came down sick yesterday. So what can you do? When we stayed away for 3 days hoping they wouldn't get it, but they have So at least it's not COVID, it's not the flu. I did do a test on my daughter because she was the sickest. Only had one test left and I gave it to her and it came back negative. So at least it's nothing too bad. She was just yelling out a minute ago. I know when she's really, really sick, she won't do that. She'll just sit there silently. So the fact that she's getting vocal, she must be on the mend. So I'm just doing the dishes because they need to be done. It's very lazy the last 2 days. I didn't do anything. Ben did everything, did the dishes and made dinner and everything. So he was sick for one day. He went downhill. He sat at his computer for 8 hours, didn't move, and then it was better the next day. I'm like, I wish my immune system worked like that. But anyway, so that's what I'm doing this morning. I made chip sandwiches for the kids. We had some leftover chips from last night. I had a microwave meal. I don't know what Ben had. I was pretty out of it last night. And microwaved some chips and put them on bread and butter and made chip sandwiches for the kids. They're happy, they're fed, they're medicated, they're on the mend, that's all that matters. So, yeah, and then I might clean up that table a little bit. At least then I've done something productive today. Then I'm going to sit down and rest and have a cup of tea, and at least there's clean dishes for Ben when he gets home on his lunch break. Because he came home yesterday and the day before and there were no clean dishes, and he was really annoyed, and I don't blame him, but I felt just so out of it the last 2 days. But no, he's pretty good. He just did them without complaining. He's pretty good. But I could tell he was tired and stressed, so made an effort to do them today. So yeah, anyway, that's what I'm doing. Just wiping the... He mightn't be impressed with me wearing his jumper though. I'm sure he'll get over it. But just wiping down the countertops. So this is something that I use all the time. It's multi-purpose eucalyptus spray. And this one as well. This one's more of one that you spray through the air, and this one is more for like surfaces. So yeah, this is good shit. Spray this around everywhere. Go spray in the laundry room in a minute. My kids can breathe that in. Just a little bit. And now I like to spray surfaces with this. Eucalyptus spray helps to kill any germs that are laying around. My camera stand broke, so I have no camera stand at the moment. So just gonna have to bear with me. So I'm doing the best I can. I have got my phone in what's left of my camera stand on the table. There's about that much stand left, and I've got the bit that holds the phone stuck into the bottom part of the tripod, and the other two parts are broken and no longer with us. Anyway, so done the dishes. I've wiped half the table over. I might sit down and do some colouring in. The other half I think I'm just going to leave there because I'm feeling puffed. I've just taken some Ventolin. I'm okay, I just am sick and don't have a lot of energy. So my kids are making noise. I think they're a lot better today. My daughter was so sick yesterday, and then today she's a lot better. So kids can go up and down, hey. But anyway, I just had the hospital ring me, and they're like, hey, where are you? And I'm like, what are you talking about? Anyway, and I was like, what are you talking about? And they're like, you had a pre-admissions appointment today. And I'm like, well, this is the first I'm hearing about it. And then they're like, we've sent you a message, we've tried ringing you, we've sent you letters. I'm like, no, you haven't. So I have not received a letter. I don't know if, there's nothing coming up on my phone saying they tried to ring me. My phone was briefly turned off for like 15 minutes while it was on the charger, but nothing's come through unless it's gone to spam. But they reckon they tried to ring me last week as well, and there's nothing showing up. So either way, I don't know, but they got through to me today. But I am just so frustrated with this hospital. Like, seriously, I reckon go private if you can afford it. And I'm going to look into private health insurance again because I'm so sick of dealing with this stupid hospital. last year they booked me in for a DNC and Kylena insert, and they didn't put me in for a pre-admissions appointment, so I couldn't go and get it done. I said I need a pre-admissions appointment. I've been very sick. I've had the flu. I've just gotten out of hospital and everything, and that might have even been before I ended up in hospital. Like, they booked me in for the surgery and I couldn't take it because I had to have a pre-admissions appointment. I can't remember. There's a lot of stuffing around, but anyway, and they're like, oh, okay, we better book you in then or whatever. And so basically, then when I saw the anaesthetist, he told me I should have a spinal block because I've been so sick, and he didn't want me having the anesthetic because of my asthma and because I've just gotten over bronchitis and everything. And so then he said, oh, you'll have to stay in the night. I said, well, can you write that on my paperwork? And he said, no, it'll be fine, just tell him on the day. So when I got there on the day, I sat around for like 5 hours and I said, can I have something to calm me down before I go into surgery? And he said, there probably won't be time. I've never had that problem. Every time I've had surgery, they've always given me something to calm me down, as they take you into a waiting area, give you a tablet, let it set in, and the next minute you get wheeled into the surgery part once it's taken probably about 20 minutes for it to kick in. And I thought, well, that's weird. I've never had that problem before. And I've had my gallbladder removed and my tonsils out and my wisdom teeth out. So I've had a few surgeries. And then, so he said, just take a Valium before you come over. So my partner drove me over, took the Valium, and then I sat there for 5 hours. And by the time I finally got called into surgery, it had worn off pretty much. And the couple of older ladies were sitting there and they were going on about how great a spinal block is, and they always have a spinal block, and they went in the day, like they went in, had it over and done with. They were called in first. I was the second last person to be called in, even though I was from out of town, and I'd taken medication to calm me down before the surgery, and I had to have a spinal block. So when I got into the surgery, they were pressuring me, trying to tell me to have, you'll be right to have the anesthetic. Like, the guy was really nice. The anaesthetist was lovely, but he was like, you'll be fine, and all this. And I'm like, yeah, but I got told to have a spinal block because I've been really sick. I've just gotten over bronchitis. I've been on 10 courses of antibiotics. I've been really ill. I don't feel comfortable. So they did the spinal block, and then I didn't regain feeling in my legs until 1 o'clock in the morning. Then I went into bladder retention, couldn't pee. And so they had to keep me in overnight. And I was in the recovery ward for 8 hours because they had nowhere to put me, because they'd written down on my form that I was to have day surgery. So they just completely stuffed me around. Then I had to sleep the night in the old folks ward. And when I had to leave in the morning, everyone's looking at me like, what the fuck is she doing in here? I had the nicest nurse, though, from the gynae ward looking after me and helping me go to the toilet and everything when I could finally go and all of that. They tried to put a catheter in and it hurt like hell. And I was like, why didn't you do this when I couldn't feel anything? And I was like, I'm going to go to the toilet. Like, just get me a special seat to sit on. And she wheeled me over the toilet. Fun and games when you're in hospital. But yeah, so anyway. And now they're upset because I haven't turned up for my pre-admissions appointment that's right, they stuffed me around with the Mirena. So I had the Kylena for 6 months, I bled every day, and I went over there, so can you take it out? I feel awful, stirring my fibromyalgia up, I'm in pain, it's a horrible thing, I want it out. And they're like, yeah, we'll take it out now. I said, you can't take it out. I said, I've got pain, I'm in pain, I need something to, to numb it or something. And they didn't offer me anything. And then I had to ask ChatGPT if there was anything I could have locally to numb the area, or whether I'd have to go in for surgery. And ChatGPT told me that I could have anesthetic spray. So I then rang him up and told him I wasn't coming back. I was going to a private clinic, and the doctor who happened to ring me, because this is at the public hospital, she rang me and I told her, excuse me, I'm sick, told her that I was coming to see her at her private clinic because I'd had enough. And she's like, oh, we can use anesthetic spray at the hospital. I'm like, well, why hasn't anyone offered me that? So she took it out with anesthetic spray. Everything was fine, but I was that stressed because I've had that many bad experiences with the hospital. And then I tried to get a Mirena put in a few years back, and it hurt like hell. I nearly passed out. It was so bad. I was screaming so bad. And I had one put in about 15 years ago, about 16 years ago. And there was no problem, So bodies change, probably because I've got fibro. I'm more sensitive now. My fibro's fibroing more than ever. Procedure. So now they're trying to book me in for a pre-admissions clinic for a procedure that I had put off, and I told them I had put it off, and they must have, I don't know, I haven't even received anything to say that I've been rebooked. They're like, you got a letter a few months ago about this. I'm like, I got a letter a few months ago telling me that I was booked in on the 30th of April, and I rung up and said I wanted to postpone it for a few months. So I don't even know what they're even going on about, whether I got a letter for pre-admissions a few months ago, because when they told me I was having the surgery, they didn't tell me I was booked in for pre-admissions. And why would I be booked in for the surgery on the 30th of April and pre-admissions in June? It doesn't make any sense. So I'm just so pissed off at this hospital and so fed up. I tried explaining it to this lady. I'm like, look, I said, you've done nothing but stuff me around. I haven't received any correspondence. I was advised to put this surgery off. And I said, my periods have only just gone back to normal. So, like, I need to put it off for a few more months and make a final decision, which I'm not going to get the Mirena in, because every time I've had any form of contraceptive, it just fucks me around so bad. So, you know, it's just a pain. It's just absolute pain. I'm annoyed about that. And I really, really do not want to go and have my colonoscopy at this hospital. If they can't even book people in on the right days, and they can't even send correspondence, and then when you do get into hospital, they don't even have a bed for you, and then anaesthetists don't even know how to fill out paperwork. Like, why the hell would I want to go there and risk my life? Like, I just do not feel comfortable with that hospital, and I'm going to look into getting private health insurance. It's very expensive, but I don't know. What do you do? What do you do? So I'm a bit frustrated and annoyed after that conversation, because it's just constant miscommunication. And so where was I don't know. My phone got full again. I'm so bad at this. I am learning to edit videos and then take them off, and I do have an editing program on my computer now, so I'm hoping I can start to edit stuff on my computer so that I don't have to take footage on my phone and then edit it on my phone. And that's the reason my phone is filling up so quickly, because I've got double lots of footage on there. So anyway, so I had a bit of a drama with the hospital, and then I rang them to see what was going on, to make sure that I wasn't booked in for surgery I didn't want, and to see when I was booked in for the colonoscopy. Anyway, sorted it all out. I'm going to make a final decision in August. They've given me till August. They'll ring me in August. If I don't want the Mirena anymore, then they'll just cancel it. That's it. So that's fine. I don't want it. Unless things drastically go south, I cannot see myself getting that. I'm only just starting to get back to feeling normal emotionally, physically, after having the Kyleena out. And, you know, I would like to investigate having another baby. I'm still on the fence about it. I'm 41, I do have fibro, but I've had fibro for like years anyway, so it's just getting it into remission. If I can get it into remission, then, you know, I'll be fine. But I've got to lose weight if I want to have another baby. I don't want to have gestational diabetes again. So it's a lot to work through, but I've got a little bit of time to think about it, see how my health goes. And contraception doesn't agree with me anyway, so but anyway, I'm getting there. I'm working through stuff. Looking good in your new jumper. Someone just went past. The kids are starting to feel better this afternoon. I'm feeling a lot better. So we were so sick yesterday. Like, we just sat on the couch all day and played Nintendo and then fell asleep on the couch. Like, we didn't do anything. Like, we were just so sick. And then today everybody seems to be getting better. So yay. But anyway, so I rang the hospital and asked them what was going on, sorted out the gynae stuff, and then my colonoscopy, I was in the 0 to 3 month category, and now they have told me that everyone in the 3 month category is having to wait 12 months. So in one way, I'm relieved, because I'm not in any keen hurry to have this done. But at the same time, I'm kind of like, well, this sort of puts a spoke in the wheel of my treatment plan with my GP, because currently I take painkillers and I take Valium when needed. And they are contributing to my bowel problems. Part of the reason why I need a colonoscopy, because I'm having such bad reactions to those things and making me very sick. So it's kind of like a catch-22. And then my GP wants me to go on to medicinal cannabis, not have the other stuff. But then my specialists don't want me to have medicinal cannabis and are happy for me to take the painkillers and the Valium. So you can't win. But I rang up the Alterna Leaf doctor and told them. And they said they would try me on the medicinal cannabis oil, not the gummies. So it doesn't interact with my NDEP and hopefully won't upset my stomach. So it's just like this trying to get a treatment plan when you've got more than one chronic illness. I can't vape because I'm an asthmatic, so I don't want to stir my lungs up. So I can't inhale the stuff. They don't want me having the gummies because they reckon they'll upset my stomach. I have extensive digestive problems. So yeah, that's what leaves me with the oil. Anyway, so I thought about it for a moment and I thought, okay, this is the idea that I've come up with. Next week, when I'm feeling completely over this and feeling better and I've got a clear headspace, I'm going to ring up a naturopath and talk to a naturopath about my H. pylori and trying to cure that naturally. I do have a bunch of stuff in the cupboard that I bought, but I want to do it under the care of a naturopath and get a really good professional opinion and try to heal my gut as well, heal the lining and all of that, heal my gut issues with a naturopath or something like that. I'm going to ring up Alterna Leaf and ask for prescription for the medicinal cannabis and try that because I can't wait 12 months for pain relief. They didn't want me to have it because they thought I was having surgery soon, but it's going to be at least 12 months. And that way I can see whether if my symptoms improve or not. And if they get worse, worst case scenario, I can stop the medicinal cannabis and I can go private, which is $1,500, which it's not like it's 12 grand. It's not cheap, but it's not like it's 12 grand. You know what I mean? I could do it if I had to. And do that and stop the medicinal cannabis and then go get it done privately. So I don't know. That's what I'm going to do. Next week, I'm going to see a naturopath and see the Alterna Leaf doctor and try natural stuff because painkillers upset me. Valium upsets me. The NDEP has been good. I feel like that has helped when I cut back to the 20 milligrams as opposed to the 25 milligrams. I did feel a difference. So I feel better on the 25. So, I mean, that's the thing with chronic illness and a new diagnosis is that it doesn't just, you don't always get it right straight away. Like with my kids, like their medication took years to get right. You know, if you've got autism or anxiety or depression or whatever, it can literally take years to get the right medication. And now I've got fibro and I've got to get myself sorted. It's frustrating, but I know it's a journey, so I get down sometimes about it because I want to be healthy now. I want to be healthy yesterday. I want this all sorted yesterday, but it's taken 20 years to get a diagnosis and it's probably going to take a little while to get a treatment plan. So, but I'm getting there. I'm getting through it. So, and I'm feeling better. Feeling a bit better. Now, I did get a package in the mail. It's just bedding. My eldest son lives with his grandparents, but he likes to come and stay down here sometimes as well. So he can come between the two homes. So we got him a bed and some blankets and bedding so that when he comes to stay, he's got his own room. So I've got a nice, I like those foam mink blankets, but I think it's just... Right, I don't know, like foam mink or something, or it's that really soft sort of blanket. I'll show you. It's very soft, very nice. I thought it was, a plush blanket. Anyway, so I got that. Got a bed we need to put together. I bought one of those mattresses that roll up and come in the mail. And that's what we'll be doing next week, getting his room sorted. And yeah, that's my rant about my health. It's a never-ending journey, but I'll get there. Despite looking like crap and being sick and sucking on a cough lolly, I'm on my treadmill, and this is the third time I've been on it in a week and a half, I think. So I'm trying. I'm really, really trying here to get on top of my fitness. I'm not that sick that I can't do a slight workout. I'm on the lowest setting, I will show you. Well, second lowest setting. But I'm mainly doing this not so much for cardiovascular fitness at the moment because it is such a low setting, but to keep my body limber and to break the stiffness up. So basically I am very stiff, I'm very sore, my muscles become very tight and my body can lock up and it can be hard for me to move. At one point a few years ago I couldn't even raise my arms above my head. So that's a combination of fibroscoliosis and a back injury where I almost offed myself by falling off a bathtub. So that was pretty silly of me. I was trying to look in a mirror, check my outfit out, and then I jumped down, or I stepped down and I slipped and I just missed whacking my head on the bath. And no, I didn't do it on purpose. So that was one of the stupidest things I ever did. So anyway, between all of that, I have to keep my body limber, and I haven't been doing that. I've let it take over. I've let it take me over due to many reasons, but I want my 40s and my 50s to be better than that, and I want to get on top of it. So I'm here on the treadmill, feeling disgusting, looking sick, but with a hopeful heart. So I just got off the treadmill and I took my beanie off because I thought my head might get a bit overheated. Even though my hair looks manky, I don't care. So I'm just showing you some stretches. So a few years ago I could not do that. I wish I had filmed it actually, because it would be really interesting to see my progress, to remind myself how far I've come and to show you. But a few years back my back was really locked up, and about there was all I could get, and I had to go to physio and spent thousands on physio over a long period, over the period of years, to be as good as I am now. Even though I've spent a lot of money on physio, I'm still not as good as I could be, and that's because I have fibromyalgia, and every time I have scoliosis and an injury, so every time I make a bit of progress, something sets me back. So it's annoying, but if I can get myself as healthy as I can possibly be when I have a setback, like say I get sick or hurt myself or something, you know, or I have a fibro flare, it isn't going to set me as far back as what it does now. So I'm just going to do some stretches so that, to remind myself so I can look at this in the future and be like, yeah, look how far I've come. So like this, I don't know, I wouldn't say it's painful, but I can feel it. Like it's an effort to do that. So wasn't too bad though. Now I'll try and do this one. This one is an effort. That's hard for me. I'll probably go about there actually, comfortably. It's annoying. I used to be so flexible, and now I'm just like so stiff, like an old lady. Been like that for years. So I don't think I have Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, whatever that is, the one where you're too flexible and end up going the other way because you're hypermobile, and then you end up becoming too stiff because your muscles overcompensate or something. I don't think I've got that. I don't know, I think I've just got fibro and scoliosis and that. Okay, so this one I used to love doing, and I can't do it. So put your hand behind your back and you go like that. I used to be able to hold my own hand, so you can see how far my stretching is off. So if I could do that again, that would mean that I've made a lot of progress with my flexibility. Oh, and so this way I can't even do it. But I'll do what I can, because it's one step at a time. So as you can see, my back is very stiff. And like I said, I've got mild scoliosis, and I've got 2 chipped vertebrae from when I fell off the bathtub. And I think that stiffness in my upper back goes down to my lower back. Everything's connected, and how much of it is fibro, how much of it is a scoliosis, how much of it is injury, I don't know. Maybe I don't need to know, maybe it doesn't matter. What matters is getting back on top of things. So I'm going to bend that down a little bit. Ben's jumper, I've got a nightie on today with leggings. So it's a nice day to be home and just be sick and enjoy the cold weather. So I can't even pick my leg up. So, okay, I had to really sort of throw my leg up to pick it up. So I'm stretching my leg now, and that's hard for me. I can feel it, it hurts a bit. And it's hard for me to bend down. And I hate this, I hate being like this. I never used to be like this, and I've become old before my time, and I don't like it. Okay, now I'm going to attempt to do the other leg. I've got something on my face. I don't know what that is. Anyway, this is going to be hard for me, so I've got to grab onto this chair. I had to throw my leg up and catch it, basically. I can't stand up straight when I'm doing this, and it hurts. I've got to breathe through it, and it's an effort. And I can't believe at 41 that I am here, because this used to be so easy. And I've got to put my leg down. Now I'm going to try and bend down and touch my toes. So I used to be able to reach right past my toes. So take my glasses off and we'll see how I go. So I can't reach. So that was an effort. Now I'm going to try and reach sideways. Apologise for the bad camera angle, but I'm working with broken equipment here. It's not too bad. I can feel it in my butt though. I've got a pain going up my butt cheek when I did that. So that way is not too bad. It's just sort of here and here where it's hard to move. So I'm going to go and get my physio ball now and use my physio ball to massage these muscles here against the wall. You just get your physio ball and you go like that. So yeah, thanks for watching my video, and I'll see you next Thursday for a cooking and cleaning video, and then the weekend after that for a vlog for whatever I'll be doing around the house or through the week. So doing things like colouring in, just general cleaning maybe if I get some done. But I'll try and keep them for the Thursday vlogs. But this is all a learning curve for me. I'm trying to batch my content, and I'm trying to do certain things on certain days, because I know I've been a bit all over the shop with my content, and then people come to my channel and they don't know what they're here for or what I'm about. So hopefully this will work going forward, and I will see you in the next video. Yesterday when I was sitting on the couch feeling really out of it and really sick, my daughter was coughing. I'm like, oh, thought we were all going to end up down at the doctor's today, and we're all seeming so much better. Somebody knocked on the door, and I thought it's a bit early for Ben to be home. It was my sister. She's in town, and she dropped this off. And I have no idea what she said to me. Like, I was not feeling well last night. She made it. I don't know what it is. I think she said it had a walnut and something or other base, or an almond base. I have no idea what this white stuff in there is. I'm going to have to ring her in a minute and ask her, because I can't remember what she said. So I'm going to try this. My daughter tried it. She didn't like it. She said it tasted slimy. So we'll give it a go, and I'll let you know what it is. Okay. I'm scared to try this. Okay, let's go for it. It tastes like if water was a cake. It literally has no taste. I don't know what it is. The biscuit base tastes nice. It's like eating a biscuit and water together. I don't know what it is. I mean, it's not awful. It just doesn't have any, the white thing just doesn't have any taste. Interesting. It's probably gluten-free and dairy-free, knowing my sister. So I feel confident to eat the whole thing and it probably won't upset me. So my sister has a lot of health issues as well, and she's gone dairy-free and gluten-free, and it's made a huge difference to her. She's lost a lot of weight, but I know when she eats normally, she ends up with a lot of digestive issues as well. So who knows? It's one of life's great mysteries, why the human body does what it does what it does, I suppose. But anyway,